Yeah, man. Yeah, that Usyk fight. Yeah, they rigged the hell out of that. They rigged the hell out of that fight. Like he was losing every single round up until that point. Matter of fact, look at it yourselves. Look at it yourselves. Tell me what y'all think. 'Cause this is crazy. Look at this. He was nah. He was not out on his feet. He was not out on his feet. Look at this. Let's roll this back. He was not out on his feet. Look at this. He was defending himself properly. Look at that. Look at this. He was defending himself properly. He still had his guard up.
Are you kidding me? This is for the heavyweight championship of the world. I don't believe it.
Yeah, you hear the commentator?
Crazy.
Yeah, Nate, come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Yeah, that was rigged for sure. That was 100% rigged because what y'all need to understand about this in sports is sports entertainment. None of these sports are what you would say real. They have a determined outcome. Rather the athletes themselves know about it or not. That's why you got referees, because the referees, they can determine outcomes of certain games. As we saw from certain podcasts where the players said, we got to win by 30 just to win by 5. And there's things like that really happen now. This is sports entertainment. This is for the casinos, the betting. That too, that controls a lot. Like a lot of people have millions, billions riding on these type of situations so they can win out. Or let people win so they can come back and draw them back in and win billions on something else for boxing promotions. Because it's like, if Usyk loses, how are they going to sell a fight with, Wilder, Fury again, Anthony Joshua? You know what I'm saying? Like all the top people that's still in it. How can they sell these fights if he's supposed to be the best prospect and he lost? He lost every single round. He was getting whooped out the whole fight. And as soon as he got dude in trouble a little bit, all of a sudden, stop it. And as you saw from the commentators, he said, "What are you doing? This is a heavyweight fight. What is you doing?" And we see that with boxing more glaringly than like other sports. Boxing, you straight see them throw fights. You see them do, the infamous Jake Paul glove twist for the knockout. Like you can. It's kind of obvious, or they get hit a little bit, and next they take a knee or act like they sprawl out. It's hard for them to sell a fight. And then they're worse than wrestling, and they're starting to do that with MMA too, because now MMA or UFC specifically is it falls under the category of sports entertainment because they're in the TKO with WWE. As we see with they're starting to do the storylines and doing these things outside the fight, the social media, and drawing more like notoriety towards fighters, as we saw with Sean Strickland, of how hard he was going against his opponent, and they were going crazy with each other. The next right after the fight, he was like, "Man, come on now, I had to sell the fight, whatever." People were disappointed, and I'm like, so you mean to tell me y'all thought all of this was real? Y'all think the NFL was real? Y'all think the NBA? Y'all think all of this is real? You're crazy. Their skills are real. Thinking of it like of the Harlem Globetrotters, right? Where they are very, very skilled at what they do, but there's a determined outcome. And they do that because of their skills. When they, shoot it behind the back, and they're practicing that. Think about the practice that they're doing. Okay, let's break it down like this. They're practicing plays. Okay, they're practicing plays. How it's going to play out. To move a certain way. How are they going to play? How it's going to play out. So all of this is, like how you would see certain calls made, and you'd be like, wow, that call just determined the whole game, especially if the player like makes a mistake. Like let's say they know they got to go down and make it to the 1 or whatever, or make it down to the 30, and then they're going to win by field goal or something like that. So let's say he throws an interception on an accident. Now all of a sudden a phantom call will happen that will reverse that call of that interception, and then it'll move them up, and then they only got to do like a dink and dunk, whatever, and then boom, they win the game. Like it'll be things like that. And like I said, this is all allegedly, but these are the things that will happen. So we're seeing this in boxing, And that makes perfect sense of why that happened. He was losing every round. He didn't even look like himself or anything. And then now all of a sudden he just won by the grace of God and all of this. And same story that we see every single time. And people are still going to watch the next fight as long as they build enough hype around it. That's it. That's what it does. That's what sports entertainment is. Because they have to generate money for the shareholders, for themselves. They have to generate money, so it has to be entertaining. They have to have these storylines. They have to make certain things happen and fall into place so us can buy the fights. And when it comes to these fights, the biggest thing they could always sell us, especially in the United States, is always race. People didn't really care about these two, if you would say, white guys fighting each other. But then, let him go fight Deontay. Is it Deontay Wilder? That's his name? Yeah, let him fight Wilder. That would be the undertone. When there's a racial undertone, under any heavyweight fight, those are the biggest fights. That is proving. That is proven throughout history of boxing. And that is proven throughout the history of the sports. That's why people love the Patriots, because they was considered the white boys dominating. Yes, they had black people on the team. We understand that, but come on now. We knew what it was when it was goddamn, Wes Welker and goddamn Gronk and Tom Brady and Amendola and all of them. We knew what it was hitting for. Everybody knew. You know what I'm saying? It was everybody, talked about it. Hey, man, it's just the white boys. So that's the thing. And right now, that's what the United States is pushing right now. They're pushing the white boy summer, the whatever. All of this is theatrics. From politics to global stages and all of this is theatrics, y'all. All of it. And real things happen from these theatrics because they want certain things to play out so they can, have their way. Because it's about power, control, getting money and all that, if we want to go deeper into it. But back into the boxing part, that's what had to happen. They had to make sure he won regardless of the fact. They probably whispered in his ear, boy, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. You're going to lose regardless, because if you don't lose, we're going to make sure you lose. And if you end up winning, we're going to make sure you lose some other different way. Because how are we going to sell more fights in your virtual unknown? How are we going to do that? How are we going to make money if people barely even know who you are? You're supposed to be just a leapfrog fighting to something else. But that's all I got to say on that, man. Y'all be easy, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one.